Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. Gone ahead with precision farming. We've got a crop sensor that we can use, I've been told, that should help increase our environmental score on our fields. So I've gone ahead and gotten that from the store. It's not inexpensive, it cost us $23,000. But I just want to make sure. Yeah, I've got fertilizer, so hopefully that's what I need. So I'm going to go ahead. I should be able to get this on my potato fields, or potato field, now that that is planted. And I should be able to get that done. And the nice thing with this sensor is, unlike the one that's mounted to the tractor, like I can, as long as it can pick it up in front, I can go ahead and use it. So I need to just make sure that I'm clear here, and then you'll see I have to do left shift B to turn on the crop sensor. So now it is operating. Lower it down. So I believe I have everything I need at this point. And you can see we've got a pretty good amount necessary here. So let me just circle around, and then I will turn this on. And hopefully, yep, looks like we are in fact fertilizing. So we're getting what we need there, but it needs quite a bit. You can see 110 up from pretty bad result right now. So let me head down here, do the bottom. This should be a quick type thing. I think I'm limited to the speed because of the crop sensor, because otherwise it should be letting me move, but it's keeping me at 11 here. Alright, I think that will work. So let me do that. Looks like we need a little bit less down here. Oops. So I'll turn it off, turn this around. Get myself set for the rows. Alright, I think that'll work. So we'll start moving along here. Turn off that giant help menu. And again, with precision farming, now I appear to have run over something. I don't know what that was. But I'll get this done. We'll see if we see anything different on the precision farming environmental score on this field now that I've used a crop sensor. I know it can be a little tricky to use this kind of technology, so hopeful that it's going to work as expected. So one more pass and we'll have this field done and maximized for everything we would need. So obviously we want to do as well as we can on the results for the potatoes, because my hope is everything I need I can get off this field to satisfy the VIP requirements that they have for us in the next level once I get all my lettuce. So I did go check my lettuce. I'm at 8,500, so as I said, I do think it's going to take a little while before I can do anything. go take a look at the sugarcane field. I'm guessing I probably need to do something on that as well. So we'll rotate these. Because once again, if I can get a really good result, yeah, because this needs a lot. So let me get this lined up. But I should be okay, because these fields are pretty small. Thunder is really going, so gotta move our line this way. Alright, so go ahead and get this turned on. There we go. And that will, again, raise this up to our top level so that we can get the maximum yield off this field when we are working it with the harvest, because we do need quite a bit of sugar cane going forward. So, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and run an end over here because it's that way I don't have to play with the trees and stuff like that. It should be reasonable in laying this out appropriately, but the other nice thing is we'll get a couple fields. Now again, this isn't our large fields. Oh, okay. I got really worried. I'm like, where did my sugarcane go? Like, did it get washed away by the rain? But I didn't go that far. Alright, wow. Oh, talk about a panic moment. Spreading along here. Again, because we had that end, it turns off because it doesn't need any. Only turns on when it needs something. But it's a good amount of fertilizer that we need on both these fields. But the most important thing is then that we are ready to go. We'll take a look at what our field info is telling us when I'm complete here. Alright, I should be able to hopefully make this without any difficulty. There we go. Looks like, I thought it looked like we hit a little bit of the other field, but maybe it's just showing up that way. I don't need to be hitting it. It's good if I'm not. So, getting close here. And this will again stop. I can now fold this up. I can also then fold the other one up, crop sensor. Right, so now we have nitrogen perfect. Again, the yield potential here is pretty low. Our pH is still good, so we're great there. We're kind of maxed out where we can be. Maybe possible, maybe maybe this tractor's small. I cannot get it to go beyond 11. So, 98% and 100. So yeah, it's possible I grabbed something that was too small. I don't know. I wouldn't think so, but something's keeping it really, really slow. I see. It still said the crop sensor was on, so it was the crop sensor. Even though it's folded up, it didn't automatically turn it off. So that's alright. So I'm going to leave this here again. Oops, don't want to leave that. I want to leave my fertilizer spreader. This needs to go somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. I've got plenty of room in other sheds. I was going to leave it here at the edge, but not sure that makes sense. So I think we'll pop it over here. We're not really using this, so there we go. Alright, I'm not sure that I need that. My nitrogen, my overall environmental score is up there. Is it down because of my grass fields? I think it may be. So I don't know that that crop sensor really was necessary, but we have it now. We'll see, you know, what might change based on that. Because yeah, this one's in good shape too. So you know, the piece that's hurting us the most is the weed control, and that would require us to get that to really work with precision farming. We'd need to get a See and Spray sprayer, but we don't have weeds operating, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, you know, we're still getting an increase of sell prices by 8%. If I go ahead and do something with the grass field, it may improve things. So I may do that in the future. We'll see. So, moved along several days, months, and just running some chores as I'm waiting for my lettuce to be ready. We're really close. Kind of topping off the cows as much as I can with a new batch of TMR. So, got that all set. Oops. I was driving blind, so not unexpectedly hitting things. But you can see we're at about 461, and I need it to hit 500 to get another load out. So I would think sometime during the day today it will. But just wanted to let you know that I'm still trying to keep things operating on the farm. So I'm going to just keep working away at some of the chores. I've got to top the silage off. I think I need some more mineral feed, so I'm going to go get that. But we're getting close here. We're getting real close. Alright, here we go. Ran out of water. Nothing stored. And this just dropped. So I'm going to get that moved. So I'm set here. I'm going to go ahead and get the greenhouse converted to tomatoes, which means I need to change that over. So let me get over here and do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get me some water. So we're going to activate this. We're going to deactivate that. And the reason we're doing that is we need 18,000 liters of tomatoes in level 8. Then we're going to need strawberries. So these greenhouses are going to be busy. Right, so I've got another full tank of water here from the river. So we'll get that back to the greenhouse. We've already got one tank delivered, so the tomatoes are starting. So again, the tomatoes are 1-to-1, where the lettuce was 2 waters to 1 lettuce. So this will output faster simply for that reason. Again, we need 18,000 liters. So that means very easy math. Since it's 1-for-1, I need 18,000 liters of water. So this is going to get me very close. This is going to get me 16,000 tomatoes, is what I've got enough to produce with here. And then I'll just have to get 2,000 more liters of water in the future, and then I'll be set. But, you know, we'll again see if we're going to have the same situation as we did with the lettuce. I'm hoping we will not, but this will fill up before it empties. So there we go. We're at 10,000. And it's already got some free or some tomatoes. It already had 7 liters of tomatoes from the time I filled it up to the time I went to the river and got things done. This is a big moment. We got to go to Moondogs with our 10,000 liters of lettuce. We're going to get paid for that, and then we're going to get our 178,000. So let me get over to Moondogs, and I'll see you there in a bit. So the big day's finally here in a couple of ways. Again, we're going to get this one done, but we're also going to, for the first time, see level 10. So this is Moondogs. So we should be able to pull on here, and it should immediately start. Well, interesting. Oh, I know what it is, because I can't dump here. Alright, hopefully this is the location. There we go. It is decreasing. It's counting down our VIP order. There's a lot of lettuce here. So, as you might imagine, it takes a little bit of time to grab it all up. So there we go. We sold our products for 26,000. We got an environmental award for 2,000. And most importantly, we got to have 178,100. And we now see our level 7 orders. So again, this is now where we potentially are going to be able to move very, very quickly, because the only thing I think we might not be ready with is the grass. And that's just assuming that we don't quite have enough on the field. And so being ready with the grass is going to be very, very quick, because I'll just have to mow some more. But at this point, we're doing exceptionally well. This was a very long level, but I think the next level will be quick, as I said. So let me get back to the farm. And as we wrap up this episode, we'll just see where things are at and take a peek at level 10. So here I am. So again, looking at level 7, we'll talk about each row here. We've got sugarcane sitting in the shed right down the driveway here. We'll get that gone first. Then we'll grab what we have off the field. Next, potatoes are growing. Butter, we've had that ready for a long time at our dairy, and the grass we talked about is on the field. So if we look at the state of our fields, you can see the potatoes are going to be ready very soon. Sugarcane is getting ready, but I'm pretty sure we have the 92,000 we need, so we should be good. Now what I'm hoping for in level 10 is some significant crop need. This was something I was a little concerned about. Grapes. I don't know that I want to go ahead and do what we need for grapes. So what we may have at level 10 is the situation where we skip one, or maybe we just press it forward and say, at this point, the VIPs want grapes. We're going to do grapes. I think a lot's going to depend on what our money situation looks like. But I think, again, this is going to be a lot of renting of equipment. But the piece I'm also debating is, do I get a different field? Do I turn one of my fields into a vineyard? Because the situation we're in right now, we need an oil mill. We've got sunflower oil, and then we're going to have canola oil. So we're going to go ahead with the money we have. Again, this will take place in our next episode, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ourselves the oil mill so that we have that in our possession. And in the interim, I guess, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with grapes, because just like sugarcane, I have not done grapes and olives, not in FS22. And what I have done with olives, for example, was in FS19, which obviously was through some mods. They weren't base game crops. So my challenge is I know nothing about how long it takes to get 58,000 grapes off, say, a small field. Because once again, what might make sense, and I'm wondering if maybe what I do is I turn in that really poor field that I currently have sugarcane on. But I don't want to do that until I know I have enough sugarcane, and I don't really have anywhere to stack it. Wow. I might just have to go dump it on the ground, maybe up by my bunker silo. Because what I'm thinking is I need to turn that field in the center and make that my vineyard. We'll worry about that later. So that gets us fully up to speed. We've seen what level 10 is. We've explained what we need to do for our immediate next level, and we know where our existing crops are. In any event, we fertilized our fields, and we've got our lettuce done. So I think overall, got ourselves switched over to tomatoes. So I think overall, we've had a good full day. I'm going to call it quits here today. I'm going to go ahead and get myself an early dinner, and I'll see you next time.